there was a Japanese woman that gave up her baby and sued the sperm donor for $3 million after learning he lied. So, from our peoples at Yahoo, a woman in Japan has filed a lawsuit against a sperm donor who impregnated her, allegedly that he was dishonest about his civil status, educational background, and ethnicity. The unnamed plaintiff, a 30-year-old woman in Tokyo, said she and her husband wanted to have a second child, but were concerned after finding out that her husband has a hereditary condition. And after deciding to use a sperm donor, they found a man that was in his 20s on social media who claimed to be a single Japanese man who graduated from Kyoto University, one of Japan's top universities, which it is. So shout out to everybody in Japan. Konnichiwa, everybody over there. So after having sex with the donor 10 times, the woman finally
not
became...
once, not twice.
But 10 times. Marsha, would you permit me just to say this one time? I have to bring the essence.
Please.
Of what is the guy's name from Friday that passed away? Oh, what is his name? I forgot so much. The older
John Witherspoon.
Yes.
Yeah, John Witherspoon.
Bang, 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 bang. I had to bring that up. Shout out to John Witherspoon. We miss you, sir. We miss you. We love you. But
man, go ahead. I'm gonna let you say the story. It's a lot of stuff we need to discuss in this story.
I
man.
know. So after having sex with the donor 10 times, the woman finally became pregnant in June 2019. I'm not a player. I just crush a lot. So the woman eventually discovered later on in the pregnancy that the donor is actually a married Chinese man who never attended Kyoto University. After giving birth, the woman and her husband gave up the baby, who is currently being cared for in a child center in Tokyo. The woman has accused the donor of misleading her with false information to have sex with her. She is now seeking approximately $2.8 million as compensation for emotional distress. Now, under Japan's right to know laws, the offspring of sperm donors have a legal right to identify both of their biological parents. With many donors choosing to remain anonymous, finding potential sperm donors in the country has become complicated. More couples in Japan have been turning to social media to look for sperm donors, and over 10,000 children have reportedly been born with a third party's involvement. So, Mr. Cortez, Mr. GPS, Marsha, while I go online to find this website where they're at, can you please tell me your opinions on this? Let me see.
I'll let one of them start it off, and then I'll give you something.
Let me see. Website for skeet the back seat. Okay.
I'm going to start.
Please do. Go ahead.
I think I found a donor. I am a donor. Okay, thank you.
You can have donors, but why didn't they do the IVF route and actually just have him do it in the cup, take it, and then inseminate? Why is she having sex with this man? And why is her husband allowing her to have sex with this man? There's something fishy about it to begin with.
He's not a player. He crushes a lot.
Likes to watch crush and go a lot.
Yeah, he's a voyeur.
That's another thing. They all a little freaky. Then that's the first thing I'm doing is give me your name. I'm Googling. I done Google every last one of y'all.
Wow.
So if I'm going, you could find. It's not hard to find these things out. So after 10 times, now girl, bye. No. Mm-hmm.
Hey man, you said you Googled this all.
Yeah. I found out about what you've been hiding. Don't worry. We'll talk about it later.
What? Oh, man. Hold on. Wait a minute.
I didn't know GPS was hiding stuff, to be honest.
Because you didn't use Google like that lady.
I had no idea of his extra life.
Oh, my God. This becomes a pot that's too hot to stir. Oh, my God.
Honestly, don't you? I mean, if something that intimate or that important to you, you're going to do your research. So, honey, do your research. Come on.
Not even that. Just shacking up with the guy 10 times. I mean, damn. I would have just went ahead and did the turkey basted thing and called it a day. This stuff right here, you shacking up with somebody 10 times. He's shacking up with him 10 times to get a kid.
That's true. Now, GPS, I got to mention this to you. The Institute's director, Dr. Hiroshi Okada, warned that unsupervised forms of insemination pose health risks and other dangers. Quote, not only is this a safety issue, but it can also be a criminal and extremely dangerous, Okada was quoted in saying. The semen that was handed over may carry infectious agents. We don't know if the sperm belongs to the donor or not. When the child is born, it may turn out that the sperm is not Japanese. Such crazy things are happening. So according to Okada, 96.4% of over 140 platforms for sperm donation are, quote, not safe, noting that many of them serve as fronts for people who want to defraud others. So please share, GPS.
Okay, just like you have a lot of folks that don't necessarily look black, like me. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think you were black. You really threw me.
I had no idea.
Right? I mean, people could look at me and say, okay, he pretty much identifies as black, right?
Because you're black.
But then you can have somebody way on the other spectrum. I mean, be lighter than you that still identifies black.
I'm down with the brown. There you go.
So
that's right.
First of all, how did y'all even qualify this dude to say that he was Japanese or not? Did y'all look into his background? Does he have a social security number? Did you look at his birthday?
Obviously, they didn't.
Ancestry.com. I mean, something.
Ancestry.com.
And this. Okay. First of all, to the husband, this is the question I got from him. You wanted another child so bad that you wouldn't. Okay, that you wouldn't ordinarily let any guy walk up and screw your wife 10 times and know about it.
I buy that for $1.
Okay, but you wanted this child so bad that you would let her be inseminated by another man just to say that she birthed another Japanese child? There aren't enough of them out in the world to adopt. A lot of a child's upbringing is not just about the genetics. It's about what you surround them with.
Correct.
Now, my work ethic I did not get from my biological father. He did not hold a job that I ever knew of.
Right.
Okay? Mind you, he passed at 70.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay? So between 20 and 70 that I knew that he didn't have a job, that's a long time to go without working. But you know where I did get that work ethic from? Michael Murphy.
There you go.
Okay?
That's right.
And that's why I'm sitting here doing all this crazy hours that I do.
Say that again for the people in the back.
I'm sitting here doing all these crazy hours that I do during the week, but I get that ethic from him. Because if I don't make it happen, it doesn't happen in here. And not making it happen is not an option. So we got to go the other way and suffer till we get it to where we got to get it to. But a lot of it is the environment in which these kids are brought up in. So, I just have so much to say to ask this dude. I really want to sit him down and talk to him.
And this, and I've said this all the time, and we say this as a running joke, but it's true though. Skeet in the back seat. Sometimes this could have been done to avoid a whole lot of issues here.
But they don't want the skeet to go in the back seat. They want the baby.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know why they just didn't keep the baby. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would have kept the child because that child's innocent. That child
absolutely.
That child is just a victim. That child is a victim in this situation, and unfortunately,
that kind of shows the mentality of the parents that are involved. Are they really mentally ready to do something like that? And not even more than that. I'll take it a step further. Would you want to have parents that are so prejudicial and worried about if the child is Japanese or Chinese? And this can go for any race. Let's put it out there. This can go for any race. Whether it's dark skin, light skin, Asian, Hispanic, Latino, whatever. Are you going to be so upset because it's like that? And this could, to my knowledge, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody here on the panel, the history within the Asiatic culture, it's very traditionalist. It's very ruled into a centralized unit where it's very pure. The culture, the race is very pure, and anything outside of it has always been looked at as with a little side eye. Up until modern times, I would say, and it's hard because there are people that actually love each other that are different cultures, different races, and they deserve to create offspring. In this case, this is totally the opposite end of the spectrum. You know, this is like they're just looking like this is like cattle breeding. You know, they're just trying to have something just to have something. You know, so I don't know, Marsha, help me here. This is crazy.
Well, people do crazy. I mean, not crazy. Different things. I'm not going to judge. I'm going to judge about letting your wife have sex 10 times with somebody else. I'm judging on that right there. And I'm maybe she liked it. That's all I can think of.
You know,
but
I'm gonna text her right now. Hold up. Hey, yo, what's up, baby?
But children are a serious matter, and race, gender is a serious matter too. So I know, and I've done some research, and it does make a difference to some cultures. The color of your skin, you know, makes a difference. You have light Hispanics, dark Hispanics, negra. I mean, it's just. It's all crazy in my opinion. We're all human beings, and what we've noticed, and what you can Google this, is that our world is becoming more and more mixed. So there won't be just one. Well, there is one race, human race. There's just variations of it.
Correct.
And so people need to get over it. People love who they love. People are going to come out how they come out. You're like, all my kids. I have a blue-eyed kid. I have a green-eyed kid, and you know, Ava looks like she's mixed. She's not. We black, but. Just God gives you what He wants you to have, and so you just have to take it, move forward, and love what you got, because everyone can have children. And that's just what it is. But this story itself is a hot mess, and there's something else to it. We'll find out in 6 months.
That's right.
I'm just saying.
I'm waiting for a reply back, so hopefully I'll reply. Hey, babe, how you doing? All right. Yeah, just give me tickets to Japan. I'll be right over. All right.
It's just we beyond at this point. I think we are, as Marsha was saying, we're beyond race at this point. If you cannot accept folk for who they are, then they're not the problem. You are the problem, and that's what we need to understand. 100%. That racism comes in any format. That if you have issues with another group of folk, the issues are really with you. It's not with them, because you don't know these people. You really don't. And me, I would have just still embraced that baby, man. Now that baby's in foster care. That baby gonna be getting circulated around. And now the baby's gonna have a permanent label on him, man. Like, oh, your parents gave you up because you weren't pure, you weren't Japanese. You know that's crazy, man. But you know,